say skill or be real. You'll never reap the benefits of talents if you're still on the real. Get rid of all that vanity grill. See success, it needs an insanity feel.
My main dream when I started off in the professional entertainment industry, it's as simple as I wanted to be an actor. I think that's as simple as it is. I was 6 years old, I went to stage school, and I grew up in a household where we were very, very much into entertainment. Me and my brother and my sisters, we used to just make plays up. We used to do showcases for our family. So my main dream was to just entertain. I started off like thinking, I just want to be an all-round entertainer. And that would be like singing, dancing, and I went to stage school for 10 years and kind of covered a lot of that. But as you get older, things, your dreams kind of develop onto different things. When I left school, it was purely about acting. I always knew I wanted to be in America, what I would consider like the biggest stage in the world, in America, and be in Hollywood movies. And that was always a focus of mine. And then, as I've gotten older, I really fell in love with filmmaking and directing and writing. So it's kind of just progressed as time's gone on to like different sides of the same field. And so, yeah, my main dream now, is to definitely leave a legacy behind of good work that I can look back and appreciate, and to do that in all the different sectors of the entertainment industry, which is like acting, directing, and writing. Have I achieved my dream? I don't know. I think if you're a very kind of ambitious person, and I think if you always want to stay creative in this business, then no. I think I've just made steps towards different parts of my dream. So getting a job in the first place was a dream. Becoming a recognizable actor back home in the UK was a dream or a goal. And definitely America. Being in America was a goal, and to be working in America was a goal that I've achieved, which is good. And there's just more and more different levels, and it's, I think with art, it's very difficult to actually, I think it's very difficult to, if you're an artist, you're always going to keep wanting to create more, and as soon as you quite unsatisfied people, as soon as you create one thing, you want to create something else and do another thing. So yeah, I've achieved certain elements of my dream. There's still so much more to do, and I'm just working at making it happen. In terms of the change of my dream, I think the thing that was always there but now I'm focused on is the filmmaking part as well. I love it. I love that whole creative process, like I said before. So maybe that's a change in the dream, career-wise. So. My expectations. I think that's a very difficult question for me because I started so early. I think I have big expectations of myself and what I can achieve within a certain amount of time. I think, and sometimes I meet those expectations, exceed them, and fall short. What I've learned in this business, it's very hard to control any of the elements. You need to just make sure that you stay perseverance. You stay focused and strong on your goals. Be able to take loads of licks. A friend of mine, TJ Ramini, always says, we get kicked in the balls for a living. So you have to have a huge amount of endurance. It doesn't matter where you are in the game. You still getting. It's still a fight. It's still a fight, and just the ability to work and then see the product happening. Definitely, that's the fruits of what we do. But expectations, I've had expectations for myself, but in terms of the industry, I suppose back home in the UK, something that's happened quite well, I didn't expect is that there's so much young filmmakers, and I probably had an expectation of I've always had an expectation of people helping each other a little bit more, but in this game, there's such a competitiveness that sometimes that doesn't, sometimes that is not something that is achievable in the moment. That kind of crabs in the barrel effect when it comes to acting industry, you know, because it's so competitive. So, you know, apart from my personal expectations in that regard, you know, the only expectations is that things happen, you know, my dreams or whatever, my goals are achieved at a steady rate, you know. But I think it's too early in my life and career to look back and say to have expectations where things not met. I'm in the midst of it. I'm in that kind of Rolling Stone kind of vibe at the moment where, you know, things are picking up, I'm doing well, and that's what I just hope to continue to do. In retrospect, the thing that I wish advice I was given, you know, how to handle the often precarious and performative nature of the business outside of just being an actor. You know, this business can be very, like, you know, there's such a performance element to the business. You know, it's called show business. The show is the bit, you know, it's like the acting part, and the business is a whole nother side, a whole nother element, you know. And, you know, just being able to understand that those politics are something that definitely plays a part from trickles down from the highest kind of place in the industry all the way down. You know, understanding you need to have a very core group and a good circle of creative people around you, and people that, you know, uplift your vision for yourself and your career, people that share the same values as you, people that are about the work, and something I was told, you know, I've been told by many, you know, the actors that I've worked with, you know, the one thing they all say, it's about the work, it's about longevity, it's about being able to chart a career, and the way you do that is by doing good, solid work. You know, the business as it stands today, you know, there is a lot of, you know, online, you know, self-promotion, and, you know, Twitter and Facebook are a necessary beast to a degree. But what people are going to really remember is the quality of your work. You know, what people, you know, whether it be fans or you know, casting directors or producers, they're really going to remember the quality of your work, and that is what is going to stand the test of time. So I think that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing, is to develop a really core group of creative and good influences in your life, getting into this business, to be very mindful of pursuing fame and getting caught up in the beast that is fame. I remember someone, an older actor friend of mine, said to me, you know, when you become famous, you got to give them 2 months to be an arsehole, because you haven't had that attention since you were a baby. And I can kind of understand that. And, you know, sometimes when you buy too much into your own hype, if you're ever able to achieve that, or, you know, you focus too much on the business side of things, it really makes your art suffer, you know, especially as an actor, because a part of being an actor is you're giving up, you know, who you are, your personal life, and you're stepping into the shoes of another person. And I think when you become too much of a personality, or you're too aware of yourself, you can't lend yourself to being creative in that way, you know, and that's when you get boring, and that's when you become an uninteresting actor in person. And just keep a real life, and just remember that, you know, this, you know, acting, or, you know, the business, I'm really talking about the business, but business is such a small part of your real life, and your real life will inform you as an actor, you know, or a musician, as an artist, your real life and how well your real life is running. So I think that's very important. And, you know, take things one step at a time, one day at a time, keep getting up from knockbacks and being, you know, kicked in the balls for a living. And yeah, just keep a good core group around you that can, you know, that you trust, and that can tell you exactly where you're going wrong, or, you know, you can actually, and a good creative group, and treat people well, because it's very true, you know, as you climb the industry, and as you know, people have ups and downs in life and in the industry, and it's very important to safeguard and safeguard good relationships. It's very important to safeguard good relationships and be a person that is you know, reliable in that sense, having had good relationships with people. The worst thing in this business, because everybody chit chats like little birds, the worst thing in this business is not having good relationships and a good reputation. And if you're a shit actor as well, then you know, it's not the way forward. So yeah, that's what I wish I was told when I got into the business, but the business teaches you that anyway.
Kill or be killed, I say skill or be real. You'll never reap the benefits of talents if you're still on the real. Get rid of all that vanity grill. See success, it needs an insanity feel. Look at your life, who decides? Yes, you make decisions, swallow your pride, scuba dive, jump into position, see the signs, just do a right course up in your mission. You and I, do or die.